Renegade Immortal Episode 170. In the previous episode, Wang Lin faced an army of 100,000 demon soldiers, a force that could easily overwhelm any ordinary ascendant cultivator. But Wang Lin was no ordinary cultivator. Fueled by the Celestial Ascension Fruit, his origin soul and newly awakened domain allowed him to unleash the terrifying Underworld Finger. Summoning a river of reincarnation from his own Tao, the river swept across the battlefield, trapping demon generals and turning slaughter into raw power that enhanced his already formidable abilities. Meanwhile, the commanders of the fire demon country scrambled in disbelief, realizing that this young ascendant had already begun to carve out his own Tao, defying even the natural cycles of the heavens. With the power of 130,000 strands of slaughter energy, Wang Lin charged forward like a meteor, leaving the capital in chaos and the demon emperor furious. At the end of the previous episode, the ancient battleground trembled as the demon guardians, including Hu Pao, Wind Song, and Earth Devil, were summoned, ready to confront the unstoppable force of Wang Lin's growing power. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. After passing through the 10,000 Demon Mountain, the location of the source of the cold snort became even more clear to Wang Lin. After several days, an endless wasteland unfolded before him. The landscape was utterly desolate, stretching endlessly in all directions. Jagged rocks jutted from the cracked earth, broken debris littered the ground, and the wind carried an unpleasant, almost acrid stench that hinted at the lingering presence of death and decay. The wasteland felt alive in a strange, malevolent way, as if the land itself was watching, waiting for an intruder to stumble into its traps. Wang Lin's bloodshot eyes scanned the surroundings, his mind sharpened by the Celestial Ascension Fruit that had invaded his consciousness. Every nerve, every sense had been heightened to a razor's edge, and he only needed the slightest stimulus to erupt into action. Right now, his thoughts were singular, clear, and unrelenting. Kill. Without a moment's hesitation, Wang Lin charged forward. He moved like lightning, each step accelerating him across the cracked and unstable ground. But the wasteland was far from passive. As he advanced, explosions erupted from beneath the earth, shaking the ground violently. Then, like deadly sentinels, yellow earth spikes shot up from every direction. One spike, two spikes, and then countless more. They rose and whistled through the air with lethal precision, forming a cage of earth around him. Wang Lin did not falter. His celestial spiritual energy surged outward, forming a spinning vortex that shattered each spike into fragments before they could reach him. Dust and debris scattered in all directions, but he remained unscathed, his gaze fixed on the black figure now emerging from the chaos. From the shattered spikes, a skinny, black-clad old man leapt with unnerving agility, landing atop one of the remaining spikes with a grace that seemed almost animalistic. His body was entirely black, his movements serpentine and predatory. He crouched on all fours, his head cocked to the side as he observed Wang Lin, licking his lips with a mixture of amusement and hunger. Wang Lin's red eyes, glowing with killing intent, locked onto him. Without pause, he pressed his right thumb. The finger of death appeared, a jet of black light that shot straight toward the old man, its speed and intensity almost blinding. The old man's grin widened, dark and malicious, exposing a cruel delight in the unfolding battle. He did not flinch or evade. Instead, he opened his mouth wide, and in that instant, an enormous illusionary cocoon materialized behind him. It towered almost 100 feet high, its surface dotted with grotesque pustules that seemed to pulsate with a life of their own. The old man's mouth mirrored the illusion, as though feeding the cocoon itself. The finger of death struck, and both the old man and the cocoon swallowed the black light, their bodies bulging as they consumed its destructive energy. Pus-like liquid erupted from the cocoon, flowing across the ground with an almost living, viscous movement. The old man condensed the liquid into a dense ball of pus and hurled it at the earth. The ball struck with explosive force, fusing with the ground and causing tremors across 10,000 feet. Pus erupted violently, forming a thick, circular wall that rose like a grotesque fortress. Within moments, the old man vanished into the pus, leaving the wall to close in slowly. forming a massive sphere that swallowed the battlefield. Outside the sphere, he spoke to a woman with a tattoo on her face, whom he called Wind Song. His hoarse voice carried amusement and arrogance as he dismissed her from the fight, confident that no mere cultivator could survive his heaven pus and earth sword. Wind Song, unmoved, countered with icy resolve, questioning whether the cultivator could truly be so easily destroyed. The pus sphere contracted, shrinking rapidly to a mere 30 feet wide. From within, an intense killing intent radiated, lowering the surrounding temperature and whipping gusts of cold wind across the wasteland. The old man's pupils contracted in alarm as muffled roars erupted from the sphere. Then, without warning, a brilliant ray of sword energy burst forth, splitting the sphere in half. Alongside the celestial sword, a treasured sword imbued with the faint soul of a devil ram appeared, as well as a half-moon blade emanating a chilling blade hymn. Behind these weapons, Wang Lin emerged, his red eyes alight with a mysterious glow, his every movement exuding battle intent. The old man stared, sensing the terrifying gaze that seemed to pierce the soul. The three weapons surged forward in unison, their light cutting through the battlefield. Wind Song, startled by the sudden assault, stepped back and vanished, the half-moon blade's hymn echoing faintly behind her. The old man immediately raised his hand, invoking Earth's sword. Rings of grotesque swords erupted from the ground around him, expanding outward like a disease eating through the earth. With a commanding shout, he detonated the swords, causing explosions that sent debris and pus flying in all directions. Shu Leguo, controlling the celestial sword, attacked relentlessly. The old man, confident in his own power, tried to grasp the sword, thinking it would be an easy feat given his cultivation. But the sword evaded him with uncanny speed, striking at his back while Wang Lin floated above, his body radiating celestial spiritual energy. He advanced without hesitation. The old man summoned another illusionary cocoon, hoping to strike back, but Wang Lin broke space itself. Arriving above him, slaughter energy streamed from his hand, drilling into the cocoon. With a powerful motion, he tore the cocoon apart, throwing it behind him as it exploded violently. Pus sprayed everywhere, forcing Wind Song to reveal herself to protect the battlefield using her half-moon blade and a silver dagger. Despite her speed and skill, Wang Lin, fueled by the Celestial Ascension Fruit, reacted instinctively. He summoned the Soul Lasher, a black whip radiating soul-shaking energy. As Wind Song closed in, he struck, the whip cracking with immense force, sending her tumbling and leaving a scar across her face. Shock and fear appeared in her eyes as she realized she could not contend with Wang Lin's overwhelming instinct and power. She fled, but not before he pressed his palm again, forming the nameless palm print, a deadly mark infused with slaughter energy that had once terrified even the likes of Mo Lihai. The energy surged after Wind Song as she retreated, penetrating her body with relentless precision and causing her to explode violently. The battlefield quieted briefly, only the wind stirring Wang Lin's hair as he continued forward. Step by step, he advanced across the scorched wasteland, his three weapons blazing ahead of him. Beneath his feet lay the aftermath of the carnage, piles of flesh and a mummy exuding an endless, chilling death aura. In this episode, we saw Wang Lin step into an endless wasteland after leaving the 10,000 Demon Mountain. Consumed by the power of the Celestial Ascension Fruit, his mind was overwhelmed by a burning desire to kill. There, he faced a terrifying opponent, a dark, skinny old man who summoned a grotesque cocoon and unleashed deadly pus spells that could devour everything. Even trapped inside the old man's heaven pus and earth sword, Wang Lin broke free with pure strength and killing intent. His swords and blade tore through the sky, and in a fierce battle filled with death and slaughter energy, he destroyed both his enemies, the old man and the woman named Wind Song. In the end, Wang Lin stood alone amidst the wasteland, surrounded by the remains of his foes and the chilling aura of death. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get notifications for the newest episodes in Wang Lin's journey. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.